What's up, everyone?
Gang
It's
shootout.
VR English, and I'm showing you a Red Dead Redemption gameplay today. I'm giving a go at the commentary on this game, showing you something a bit different. I am also going to talk about a lot of things today.
Dutch's gang.
Love to know what your opinion on them are.
Lawman.
Just quick topic about this game. This game is a fun multiplayer game, a la GTA 4, but I never really got into multiplayer for that. But I love like all the different call signs that you can put yourself. So I'm
Prepare
Count Lover
yourselves.
because that always makes me laugh. So I have one death in this game. And I get a 20 kill streak after it.
Showdown 1.
So it should be a fun watch, even if you've never actually played this game before. Maybe I'll persuade you to buy it. See, the reason I'm giving this a shot is because on my channel I've had about 6k views of my Red Dead Redemption videos, and I've only posted 3, and one of them was an achievement guide, and that's gone really good with about at least 4k views by itself. And as of August 9th, which is last week at the time I recorded this, Major Nelson blog, which is the #1 thing to find out all the statistics and stuff for Xbox Live if you care about that sort of thing. It's the 5th most played game on Xbox Live, with the top 4, believe it or not. There's 3 Call of Duties and then there's Halo 3, with Modern Warfare 2 obviously being on top, which I find pretty funny because seriously that franchise is really cleaned up, and the fact that many of us are wasting our lives shooting our time on that franchise and then watching YouTube videos on it. It's cool. I'm glad you guys are watching it because it means I can post something whilst I play it. Back to this, I'm playing on a map called McFarlane's Ranch. So if you've never played this game before, or if you've played this game but only ever played the multiplayer and not the single player, I'm really not spoiling anything for you since it's like the very first part of the story, and so I couldn't possibly spoil anything for you even if I tried. But it's a really fun map. I like this map as there's lots of cover, and it's weird that I take 3 shots with the Evans repeater, which is crazy since that should be a 2-shot kill. But there you go. What was I saying? Somebody tell me, somebody scream at me. I was telling you about this map. I really like this map, and I think it's one of the only maps that I think could be used competitively because there's so much you could use, and it's also got the 2 most powerful weapons, and it's got Deadeye, which I'll go into in a minute. The 2 most powerful weapons are the Evans repeater and a high power pistol for medium and long range, for medium and short range. But they do have limits on their range. Like I'm shooting at that guy right in the head from the reticle, but it's too far away. But from there, I can do it. So I do eventually get the kill on this guy. It's a better example of it later. And so I think like if you're playing this competitively, you could really get some map control going. Like my favourite bit, like you saw at the very beginning of the game, and I might probably go back there later.
Big gun.
Big guns. I love the sound of that. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't a homosexual comment. Well, it did sound it. What was I thinking? There's a bit on the map where there's the high power pistol and the Evans repeater, and then there's a thing called a red eye restoring point. Where you start off with these normal weapons, which aren't anywhere near as good in my opinion, and so it's all about map control if you wanted it to be. But I think with all multiplayer games that I've never really played before or shooters, if you just flank the map with a rifle, you can normally do pretty well. So that's what I've been doing. So before I start talking about everything non-Red Dead Redemption, I wanted to say that a quirky thing in this game, a bit like bullet time in other single games, you get a thing called Deadeye, which is where you can paint your targets, and it's really good because it means you can fire. You know how people have modded controllers in Call of Duty and they can fire a single shot weapon really, really fast. Well, you can kind of do that in this, and that you can paint your target with lots of little X's where you're going to be shooting, and as you paint the target, when you release yourself out of Deadeye, your character fires all those shots at once, and so you can like fire 6 shots into a guy and they'll definitely go down, which is awesome. Or you can get a quick headshot and paint it and it'll be a gag. See that? And it means you won't miss. If you manage to paint a target, it means that your character won't miss even if you're not aiming anymore, which is good. So even in hardcore games where there's Deadeye, you can use that. Whereas right now I'm in a core game, which means there's a crap load of auto aim, as you can see. But I actually kind of like that. I know people say it ruins the game, but I think it keeps it interesting. And here I'm testing the range of the gun.
Stone cold killer.
I'm a stone cold killer. What do you think about that? So enough about this. The very last thing I will say is that just like in Modern Warfare 2, like say you're playing the map High Rise, or same with Wetworks and Call of Duty 4, and I'm sure there's a war equivalent I can think of. That if you push way too far to their spawn, they'll spawn to the other side, just like there. I went right behind that guy, but because I was looking down where they spawn, they were like, you know what, they're not gonna spawn there, and the spawns flip to the other side of the map, which I think's an interesting and sensible addition, because it means that spawn killing is a lot harder to do. I think that's a sensible thing to do. As far as multiplayer goes, this game has a lot to offer, and I think that if you didn't have this like team deathmatch style thing, there's also a free roam, and you can get like 4 of your buddies to free roam with you. And I swear if they'd Evans Reaper sounds brutal. I swear if they'd just put a few multiplayer quests in, like the co-op things, it would be just like Borderlands, and that you can level up like that. Has anyone ever played that game? Borderlands is a lot of fun. I've never actually toyed with the arena style multiplayer, but the co-op on that is just brilliant, and I think it's a game that is quite fun by itself, but it really makes it with co-op. And so I've had a lot of fun with that, and a couple of long stints. Boom, headshot. But that's what I was thinking. So I really need some play. I haven't 1000G'd this game, and I know gamerscore is not everything, but I kind of view gamerscore as like a measure of whether I've got the money's worth out of a game. Like, I mean, I judge for myself what achievements are worth getting and what achievements are ridiculous. But I think the achievements in this game are pretty well done. What do you think about that sort of thing? Because I know everyone has their different opinions of gamerscore. Like, I know a lot of people that I know have got like 10 gamerscore and have only ever played the multiplayer versions of games on their Xbox, which is great because Xbox Live is great. But there are other people I know who've got, say, 100,000 gamerscore, just because they love the gamerscore thing. But I can sometimes think that it kind of ruins games because you're just kind of working towards the next achievement. But enough about that. I really need to get onto the things I wanted to talk about, which was if you're trying to pick up new games, the Orange Box is by far the coolest game and best deal than you've ever released. And Portal on that, if you've never played Portal, I'd recommend you download the Xbox Live thing. And there's the Deadeye thing right there, because it's just so good, and I'm so psyched for Portal 2. Because Portal is by far the most original game I've ever played, and Portal 2 is going to bring it back to the same universe, but with like an interesting twist to it, and the place is going to be run down. Like, if you've ever played Portal and never finished it, go back to it, because the end of it is just brilliant, and it really makes it massively exciting. And I get a feeling that the new Portal is going to be like just all sorts of goodness on that front, which is going to be really cool. And speaking of DLC though, and new stuff, what about Bioshock 2's new DLC? Has anyone played that? Because I'd love to know whether that was worth. It's another one of those games that are really fun, but I think gets overlooked. These massive selling games like Modern Warfare 2. Just awesome, really. Bioshock 2 is brilliant, and they just released the new DLC. I actually went in to sell my game, but Bioshock 2 is on sale right now, so you can't actually sell it for much. Check out this stream; it's getting huge. and so you can pick it up real cheap. And they just released a new that was close, a new DLC for it, like I was saying. And I can't decide whether it's worth the 800 points thing. I mean, there's new achievements. If you guys care about that sort of thing, I think that actually does give some appeal. Like, I was never going to buy the Assassin's 2 DLC because it just didn't feel like it was worth it. But what about racing gameplays? I think this game's just about over. But I'm sure the new Gran Turismo will sell millions and millions. And I'm happy to post racing gameplays on here because games like Forza have the replay function. So if you like the replay function, just send me a gameplay and I'll happily give it a post and check it out. I don't really know enough to say, but keep spreading the word. 10 minutes is a long time, so if you watched all this, thank you.